What's up guys? Welcome to the Fitness Idea. Is today's video. I did 900 burpees for 10 minutes. What happened later? Watch the video till the end. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. What is burpees exercise? Burpee exercises are done to increase physical strength. Burpee exercises, also known as squat thrusts. Burpee exercises work on your entire body and give you the benefit of a great cardiovascular exercise. No equipment is required to perform this exercise. How to do burpees exercise. Full body clothes should be warmed up well before doing exercise. If you are a beginner, then start with 5 burpees in a row. Let us know in detail the methods of burpee exercise and the benefits of burpee exercise. Burpee, one of my favorites as a whole body exercise. If you're not sure how to do it, the practice of burpee is quite easy. The burpee is performed in 5 steps. Drop down to a squat with your hands on the floor. Kick both feet out behind so you're in a push-up position. Do a push-up. Bring your feet back under you in squat position with hands on the floor. Jump into the air while clapping your hands over your head. How to do 900 burpees in 10 minutes. You have to do 30 burpees exercises in daily routing for 10 minutes. As you will do 30 burpees in daily routing for 1 month, then you must have exercised 900 burpees in the month. The look of your entire body will be changed. If you work out in the morning, it will be good. Burpees know in detail the benefits of exercise. Muscles are strong and the risk of repeated injuries is low. This causes stamina to grow. Useful in maintaining physical balance. Burpees strengthens core muscles. In this, both the plyometrics and compound movement help in burning fat from all the muscles of the feet. This increases the focus of the mind. It is helpful in relieving tension. Burpees exercise works on your arms, chest, quads, glutes, and hamstrings. Burpees burns calories because it is an intense physical exercise. Metabolism is better and helps in losing weight. This workout is useful in reducing abdominal fat. Burpees burns 50% of calories. Burpees gives your body the right shape. You can do this exercise with any workout.